So you said something kind of interesting, and I think not everyone really got it. But you talked about how if you hang around someone that's getting money, your job is to help them get that money.
Right,
Because if you hang around four millionaires, you're gonna be the fifth.
right. Because if you hanging around, Boosie, just any guys, big time guys, you hang around a P Diddy, it's a privilege for you to hang around him. First of all, it is a privilege for you to be in his presence. So if you ain't bringing nothing to the table, why are you here for me? If you're not bringing me any money, why are you here? What are you doing? And if you bring in a millionaire, you keep bringing a millionaire a sack, eventually you're going to be a millionaire. It's facts. Eventually you'll be a millionaire. It's just like a manager. It's just like a manager to another millionaire. You bringing your boy, okay, hey, dude, I got a dude on 4-5 verses. Hey, man, shit, 4-5 verses. Just think if that man getting $50,000 a verse. That's $250,000. Your boy give you 20, 30,000 for that shit. You do that 100 times a year. How much money is that?
Right.
So you gotta go get him money. You can't sit on side and wait for him to get every money. A boss is doing too much things. First, he got this to do. He got this to do. He got this to do. Somebody gotta be out there paper chasing, bro. Somebody gotta be that guy in the club looking at everybody with jewelry on. Man, you wanna do some business? Man, you wanna do some, you networking with other rappers, because if you don't go get him no bag, his bag is limited to only what he can do. That's where a team comes in. If you got a team of dudes who paper chase and go and get bags, you know what I'm saying? You can't really lose, bro. You can't really lose.
I mean, that's true. That's true, because the one thing I learned early on was that there's no such thing as millionaires that do it by themselves. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, man.
It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe if you're a painter, but even the painters got managers and agents and stuff like that help set them up with clients. And you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what it is you do, it's a group effort.
It's a group effort, man. It's a team, man. Yeah. It's a team. If you don't have a team, your hustle is isolated, man. It's only what you can bring to the table. Most deals that come about, other people can go get those deals. You don't have to be the only one to go get those deals, man. You gotta have a team with people who can put on a suit and go talk to people. Everybody can't put on a suit and go talk to people and make them believe them. You gotta have those guys. You gotta have those guys to protect you from all this madness in the streets. You gotta have producers. You gotta have shooters. You can't shoot a video without a video, man. You gotta have video camera people, because people won't see you, follow you all day. You gotta have all this. You gotta have drivers. Who gonna drive you from place to place when you land? You gotta have an assistant. You can't book stuff all day. You gotta have an assistant. So if you think you can do it by yourself, you're in the wrong business, man. That's with anything. With drugs, you gotta have a team. That's just reality. If you think you can do it by yourself, you just can't, bro. You'll fall.
Well, yeah. I mean, I tell people in a typical day, I have about 7 people in my house, doing various things. And the more money you make, the more people you have to have around you. And the more,
exactly.
And the better you have to get at managing this process. Because you look the wrong way, someone gonna steal from you. Someone gonna do something.
Right.
Someone gonna do something under your name, and you gonna get blamed for it, even though someone else did it because it's under your umbrella.
It happens to me all the time. It happens to Boosie all the time. Somebody can like just happened in Virginia. Like,
right.
I never even made it to the concert. They had a shootout. Some kids got hit or whatever. Headlines: Boosie Badazz. Violence concerts brings tragedy, all this, and it's not me. You know, you can't blame me for other people's actions. You know, and that's where it comes in. So you gotta have your tight-knit circle around you, and that's how I am. Like if you ain't making no, you can be family. I love the shit out of family, but if you ain't benefit me in no way, I'm looking to fire your motherfucking ass at any moment right now. I ain't lying. I'm looking for your first mistake to fire your damn ass and get your ass out of here and send you back to Baton Rouge so you can go back in that gutter and see how precious it is to be where you was. You know, you gotta wake people up sometimes. You gotta send people home and wake them up and be like, man, bro, you realize, man, I'm tripping. I was just in Hawaii. Now I'm back in the hood. You know, like, nah, that's what wake people up. Like, people gotta understand, like, even the people you love, if they ain't doing their job, bro, you gotta discipline them. If you don't discipline them, you know, if you don't discipline them, they'll never get better, and you'll never get them better. So I'ma discipline your ass. Like, you tripping, I can trip. If you tripping, you know, you tripping, I'ma trip with you, you know.
Here's one thing that I think is important when it comes to money, is that I feel it's easier to get money than keeping money.
Yeah, money is easy. I said that in one of my, money is easy to get, but hard to keep. You know, that's why you gotta do things with your money. You know, that's what I learned. I don't care how much money you make. Eventually, if you're not doing something with it, you're gonna spend it. You're going to spend it unless you're going to just live a boring ass life and just sit in the house. Some people can do that, but not me. But you going to spend the money. That's why every chunk of money I get, I try to do things with it, you know. I'm buying land. I got 3 tax offices, man. If I get a chunk, I'm trying to invest it in something that I know can win.
Wait, you have 3 tax offices?
Yeah.
So basically, what, like H&R Block, where people can go and get their taxes done?
Yeah, you get my New America tax office. That's my tax office. I got 3 in Louisiana.
Wow.
Yeah, tax office. You know, it's crazy money. You know, and the kids love Boosie, so we get all the kids. You know. So that's, you know, you gotta have other revenue coming in besides music. That's what people don't understand. You're not gonna rap till you're 50. So, you know.
I don't know though. These days, I mean, because Jay-Z pushing 50.
Yeah, but everybody not Jay-Z. I only know one person that ain't there right now. Shit, so everybody ain't got that whole flow and that whole hustle to do that. Yeah. All the money to do that, to start on the break. Jay-Z came in the game paid, man. You know, so all he did is keep on doing this. He's a genius. He's a fucking genius. He know how to think, and he know how to make big power moves. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people not from the area where you have the opportunity to do that down here in this South. You know, like they're not gonna let you get in that door. It's people blocking you from getting in that door. You know, Jay-Z on a whole nother level. Like, everybody can't do that. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so what about Boosie? Do you think Boosie gonna be rapping when he's 50?
No, I'm trying to quit. I'm trying to quit, but I just can't right now, bro. You know, I just turned 34, man. Like, I dropped my first. I was on my first CD when I was 15, 14 years old. So. And I'm like 19 years in the game, bro. So I missed 5 years, so I gotta do 5. I told my mama, I missed 5 years. I'm coming to do 5 years, and I ain't gonna miss not one weekend off getting money. And
Okay, but I mean, but why do you want to stop? So let's take a look at someone like
because
Andre.
I want to stop because I want to be a daddy more, man. You know, like, you know, I want to be a daddy more. You know, sometimes when I miss things out of my kids' life, I come back and shower them with gifts of guilt. But, you know, I just want to be a daddy more. That's why I'm focusing on my artists. You know, I won't lay back like Birdman and just walk on the stage and just throw my hood up and make 40 million a year, you know. with three paid artists, you know, who doing millions. That's what I want to do and watch them shine. Cause basically, man, like, man, I come from nothing. I ain't too much else I can really do. You know, like, I'm happy. Like I done lived. I done seen a lot, bro. I'm straight, man. Like I done had a good life, bro. As for, I done had a struggling life too, but the way I've been blessed, man, and the things I saw, the places I done been, and the things I got, like I'm at a place where I don't need to just like show off and do things, like. But that's just in me. I'm just I'm cocky, bro. Like I'm cocky from my upbringing. Because everybody who I looked up to in my hood with money was cocky. They wasn't dudes who hid their money and you didn't know they had money. And I think that rubbed off on me, and it rubbed off when I was young in my teenage years and I ain't have nothing. Everybody was getting money and shitting on me. All that stuck with me as a kid, like, boy, when I get some damn money, boy. So that's why I'm kind of flossy, man. I like to put in people's faces, but at the same time, it's not more of, before I went to jail, it was more of just shitting on people, just putting in people's faces. Now it's more of, I'm just trying to motivate. I'm just trying to motivate these young rappers. I'm just trying to motivate these young boosters to, be like, man, Boosie made it, I could make it, So right now, it ain't just for the shit on people, because I know a lot of niggas can't fuck with me, no way. It ain't for that. It's for to motivate people to be rappers and get out. I would rather the whole world be rappers than drug dealers any day, because rapping is legal drugs. It's legal. We can sell this. It's legal. Drugs, you're going to prison. I don't care who you is. I don't care how big you is. You're going to jail. You're gonna get convicted. They gonna lie on you. He sold me this. He sold me 100 keys. You never seen them before. You're going to prison. And so I'm trying to motivate dudes to be rappers instead of drug dealers, but I do understand the drug game too. I do understand those who got to get it out the mud too. But I advise them when they do get their money, turn it into something positive.
Right, but just to take a step back, because LeBron James had this, I think, Instagram post recently where it said the world doesn't need any more LeBrons. It needs more doctors, it needs more lawyers, it needs more scientists, it needs more policemen, he even said. So, like, when you look at your kids, like, the chances of someone making it in the rap game...
I felt what LeBron was saying about the doctors and things like that. But shit, education, some of these, we got poor education now, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in the right, you gotta know people, you gotta be in the right schools. You talking about being a doctor, this ain't no damn walk in the park, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just interviewed this dude named Shaka Senghor. He's a New York Times best-selling author, and he was also on Oprah and stuff like that. And he went to jail for murder when he was 19, got out 19 years later. He was in solitary for 4.5 years. And he just started writing out his stories in solitary, right there in the cell. And when he got out, he put it out and it became a nationwide bestseller. Oprah had him and everything else like that. He learned how to read. I mean, he knew how to read already. He had like a GED, but he really learned how to read in prison by reading other people like Alex Haley and Donald Goines and stuff like that. And, education don't necessarily have to come from the school system. You can educate yourself.
Right. You can educate yourself.
Yeah, and especially these days with online classes and, all these resources on the internet, I think a lot of people sort of just downplay their own intelligence and their own capacity for learning. You see what I'm saying? Like some of my best friends didn't go to college. They didn't get master's degrees and so forth, but they're some of the smartest people I knew because they've educated themselves.
Right. When you educate yourself, that's basically up to you. But a lot of these kids, you gotta understand, a lot of these kids, where I come from in these communities, they lost before the time they can educate themselves. They lost, man. A lot of kids lost out here, man.